Bring it a blazing.
Hey, Mara.
Hello.
How are you?
Good. How are you?
Great to see you.
Discover UC Arctic Edition.
Arctic Edition.
That's right.
All right. Well, thanks for joining me for this edition, Discover UC, brought to us by Esperanto.
Thank you for having me.
Absolutely. I think interesting fact about you is you were enrolled in the ROTC program when you were going to get your undergraduate degree, correct?
That's right. I went to WVU for undergrad, and there's two reasons I went into the military. One, I wanted to serve something bigger than myself, and I really liked the leadership of the military and how physical it was. But the second reason was I didn't want to be a waitress during the summer. So I had never even been on an airplane. I joined, enlisted in the military and went to basic training. My parents were standing there at the Greyhound bus station sobbing, thinking, what did my daughter just do? It ended up being the best experience I could ever have. It opened doors and allowed me to meet so many people while I was in the military, and I just cherish those days.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. So at the end of your military service, you served as a legislative liaison. So tell us a little bit about what a legislative liaison does, and that kind of, I imagine, first-time view of national politics and what that experience was like.
So my experience in the Army after I graduated from college was all combat experience. I became an engineer officer because at that time, it's different now. At that time, it was the furthest forward a woman could be in combat. And I was hardcore back then. I am not at all now. I am so soft now, by the way.
Well, I think I got to make sure I kind of keep in your good graces is the moral of this story.
That's right. So I went to Iraq and company commander in the 82nd Airborne, all that stuff. So my experience was all in the mud, pretty much. But I got a congressional fellowship. I was promoted to major at Fort Bragg, and then got the fellowship and moved to DC. So that put me in a completely foreign environment than where I'd been, but I was on Capitol Hill. I worked in a senator's office for 2 years, and then I traveled all over the world with senators and congressmen for a couple years. And one of those trips, I took Senator Manchin to Afghanistan. So I met him there. I mean, I think I'd met him when I won the Golden Horseshoe years before, or maybe it was A. James. I don't even remember. But my view of politics was very limited, and so I learned all about Capitol Hill, how laws are made, and all those things. And so when I got out of the military, I decided to stay on with his staff.
Interesting. And so from there, you end up working directly with Senator Manchin.
I did.
Yeah.
I did.
So I'm sure that was an adventure.
As you well know.
Absolutely.
Yes.
So you were a policy advisor, operations chief, state director. So what are some of your favorite and most proud accomplishments during that part of your career?
Yeah, so I cherish those days too. My most favorite accomplishment that we made as a team and with Senator Manchin was the 100,000 West Virginians that we helped through our constituent services. I was just texting last night with a former colleague and friend, and we were talking about Don Lewis, who we helped get his veterans benefits. And that, first of all, he deserved those benefits and he earned them, but that also changed his life. And there are countless other stories like that. That's what I really cherish.
I've been really honored and proud to serve on the Charleston Area Alliance. I think I'm on my second term on the board of directors, and we couldn't be happier that we were able to lure you into the role of president and CEO of the organization. So before we kind of get into all the great things that are happening with the Alliance, tell us a little bit about how your past work in military and public service kind of prepared you for this type of a leadership role?
I think the first thing would be collaboration. You know, working with everyone, no matter how you personally feel or things that have happened, but just be willing to collaborate with anybody to get anything done. That first, and then developing a thick skin. There's nothing like Capitol Hill to put a thick skin on you, and the military too. I mean,
basic training,
right? Yeah. You can't be a wallflower and do some of those things. You definitely are, in a certain career field that requires you to develop a thick skin. So those two things, but also I think what prepared me for this leadership role was learning more about myself through mistakes, overcoming challenges, having some successes. And I think that really helped me for this, and to be able to pull a team together that was already a good team, but just to really appreciate everybody's abilities and contributions, and be willing to step out there for a greater good. And I think the greater good at the Charleston Area Alliance is really promoting a beautiful region of our state, and working together to make great things happen.
Yeah, absolutely. So I know great things are happening and will be happening in the future. So why don't you give us some updates on some of your accomplishments, almost a year on the job, and some of the things that we have to look forward to.
Well, I have to say first that the strategic plan that you shepherded, developed with other members of the board have really, I think it's transformational for our region. And to be able to work with you, and we've worked together for years, but to see how you think and how you bring a team together, it's been really motivational for me.
Thank you.
So
I
thank you.
That.
But we're doing great things, and it's so amazing to be in this job. Like when I took this job, I didn't even know that I was responsible for the business incubator, that was, perhaps I should have done a little more research.
Another best kept secret of
yes,
Charleston, right?
It's not going to be soon. But take that, for example, that one project. It's the business incubator is now at capacity. So we have 34 either small businesses or startups or organizations who help you build your business operating at 1116 Smith Street. So we started a new artisan incubator, the Ascend Charleston Area workspace is there. So essentially, if you can't kind of believe this, we almost have a WeWork in Charleston now. As we have the Ascenders come in, they'll work right there. And I've even spoken recently with your innovation center, Jamie Cope, there to work on some entrepreneurship programs there. So we have that. We have major projects like the Lift Center, which we're near right now. We have, that's about a $20 million federal, state, and local funded project, as well as some funds from the Alliance, that takes the former Kanawha manufacturing site and turns it into the next generation for the east side of Charleston. So that's a wonderful thing. And then I mentioned Ascend, that's growing our population. The strategic plan identified population loss as one of our greatest challenges. So instead of just sitting back, the Alliance board said, let's do something, and we're doing something. That makes me really proud.
Yeah, absolutely. So you're right. We're right in the neighborhood of the Lift Center. We'll swing by it real quick. Tell me, how's that project going in terms of when we can expect to see the kind of the building completed, and hopefully get some folks doing great things in there.
Sure. So for every construction project, I think the best day is when you announce it. After that, everything changes multiple times. And to no one's surprise, this one has changed. It got caught up in an administration review at the beginning of the year. So we sat back and we said, okay, what can we do to keep it on track? So we rescoped it. And as we pass it, you'll see it is finally under construction.
Yeah,
we expect it to be completed maybe by the end of this year. We have a wonderful construction partner, Swope Construction, and Thrasher is our other partner. But it's ready for what's next. We have a lot of prospects looking at it. It went from 4 or 5 tenants to the Federal Economic Development Administration wants us to have 1. So that's what we're looking for now.
You've been a lifelong resident of West Virginia, lived in, of course, other parts of the world doing amazing things. They're very familiar with the state. So what makes you the most excited about the future for Charleston and West Virginia? And at the same time, what are some of the concerns that you have that you think we all need to be aware of and thinking about?
Sure. One of the things that I think is that the team that's kind of assembled right now is willing to turn challenges into opportunities. And say, for example, you look at the mall. You know, you could sit back and just gripe about it or complain, or you could do the really, really hard work that is facing so many communities across not just West Virginia, but across America. They have these old structures that are past their life, or that there's just a new commerce model. So, you know, I would say that that challenge is one that I'm really looking forward to being a part of, turning it into our next great opportunity.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, thanks so much, Mara. We appreciate everything that you're doing as a really effective and visible leader here in Charleston, and certainly with the Charleston Area Alliance, and looking forward to continue to work with you to do what we can to enhance the economic and social and cultural vibrancy of the city of Charleston.
Well, thank you.
All right, Mara, I enjoyed it.
Me too.
All right.